Here we are, starting with our first game. With a strong kickoff, we get to start off the game with me having control. But see, this doesn't really matter. What's on our mind is we are exactly 50 wins in a row away from becoming first in the world. You might be thinking, that is quite a long ways away from where we are right now. On top of that, to make the situation even more difficult, all of these games will have to be won against the best of the best players. But is that enough to stop the super team that me and Skitlz make? Well, that's what we're here to journey through and find out. So grab your popcorn and let's see if we can win 50 games and become number 1 in the world. This game started off to be slower than we expected. They forced us into defense for the first half of the game and we are getting kind of sick of it. So just like that, we started adding the pressure that we know our team's capable of. Catching myself in an overcommit, something you'll probably see pretty often. Skitlz needing to clear the ball ends up making a good play with the stall and getting the first goal of the game. With only 4 seconds left, I knew they would be panicking. It's a pattern you start to notice once you start playing the high level lobbies often. They end up giving us one more goal. This concludes game number 1. Starting off game number 2 with our signature kickoff, and although we don't get a goal right off the bat, we get to start off the game with some style. Waiting for my opportunity to strike, letting Skitlz do his thing. I see my chance to go, so I take it. Trying to bait out a 50 from one of them, and the other one goes, giving a perfect opportunity for a double commit. Being halfway done game number 2, I think it's time to start getting serious and try and hit a cool clip on them. Getting the pancake down the wall into a perfect flip. I really must have scared them with that shot because they're done after this one. Game number 3 begins just like the rest of them. Both teams just trying to win, the ball comes right to me. So of course I would do what anyone would do, get over one guy and try and style on the other. By the looks of it, you would think that me and Skitlz were both trying to lose with that own goal. But you come to learn it happens to the best of us and all you can do is keep pushing forward. So instead of getting down on ourselves, I decide why not try and lighten the mood and go for a double flip reset, 50 into their net. Once again, finding the perfect opportunity to strike, I take the ball and see if I can make a play out of it. So far, you haven't gotten to see Skitlz do his thing. Don't worry, that's coming up. Playing the perfect rotation takes time, and eventually you'll get your perfect shots off that make you the best. Just like that, with 30 seconds left, Skitlz forces them into a forfeit. Game number 4, we're going back for a kickoff once again. Skitlz unfortunately not getting the touch, so I just have to make a play out of it. Getting a goal this early on would be really helpful with our confidence, but as much as we all wish that would happen, they make the craziest save I've ever seen in my life. But Skitlz says it's not over yet, takes the ball, goes for a crazy 50, something he's really good at, and gets it right in. I sneak one more in to finish the game. Game number 5 starts out how you would expect. We try to go for our kickoff once again, still not getting a goal. While we almost sneak one in here, unfortunately they end up getting a good touch that we don't expect, and Skitlz just doesn't have the momentum to stop the 50. Being a goal down on a challenge like this is really not the way you want to be. So I attempt to get a nice easy dunk off of the kickoff. It doesn't work, but Skitlz is there ready to go and makes a play off of their double commit. Just keeping the pressure on their side, hoping for a double commit. It doesn't work out, but Skitlz is there ready to take control, using his flip to win all momentum and get a goal. Seeing my opportunity to take the ball because they were too close up to our net, make a super nice manual flick, puts us in a 2-goal lead. 2-goal lead just wasn't enough because I wanted to make it one more off of the kickoff, and they say this is enough, let's get out of here. We start off game 6 with the goal here to put as much pressure on as possible to see if we can get a forfeit, but accomplishing that in a high ranked lobby is not easy. Trying to be fancy at the start of the game here, going for as many stalls as possible to see if I can put one into the net with a 50. So far, we've been able to keep the ball on their side of the field for the last 15 seconds. Now my rotation is to stay back and give Skitlz his shot to put as much pressure as possible. And just like that, he gets them both the double commit. Skitlz pops up the ball perfectly here with a few stalls, giving me the opportunity to strike and try and get an attack down. Doing a quick turn on the ball here, not one player in the lobby expected it, and it was a great play. It's looking like we're going to be moving on to game 7 because the ball drops here and there's nothing we can do about it. Game 7 starts out pretty interesting. My kickoff goes right to him and the 50 goes right into our net. Arguably that was my fault, but there's no time to dwell on the pass. I've got the ball back. Let's see if we can make a play out of it. Once again, only 15 seconds into the game and we're already back on my kickoff. Starting to seem just like a repeat here. Medic has the ball once again, and as I think I just got lucky, unfortunately I own goal. We get to see a great kickoff by Skitlz here, giving himself full control of the ball, trying to get a 50, leading it right to me. In result from this, Skitlz ends up faking the shot on the net, going up to the ceiling and scooping it right back down. As I go up to challenge this ball, I forget that I am nowhere near the size that this guy is or have the boost for it. So all I do is run back to my net while I know Skitlz has got that ball. Knowing that, I just sit back and relax and watch Skitlz do what he does. And just like that, taking the lead ended up bringing the game all the way a minute later to the same score, and we end the game. Game number 8 starts out the exact opposite of what you would have expected. We got clipped on. While Skitlz is shadow defending, he finds the opportunity to take the ball to their end and get a nice 50. Both teams this game were defense wizards. No one could get a goal. Only 30 seconds left and I finally get a chance to strike. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good until these guys decide to 50 the ball against each other. Not that I see this very often, but it worked very well. Nice job. While I do a little bit of replenishing my boost inside of the net, Skitlz gets to take the ball with only 8 seconds left and see if he can make a play out of it. Leaving the ball perfectly high near the ceiling, I get to take it for a nice easy double tap. We're at 8 wins in a row so far, moving on to the 9th. 50 still seems very far away. I get the chance at the beginning of game 9 to try and do a cool clip, and Hamid ends up own goaling. Trying to see if we can get a nice easy forfeit mid into the game, we do our quick kickoff to see if we can get an early lead. When the ball's below the net, I just let Skitlz do his thing and he makes it happen. Me pre-jumping around just trying to get any touch on the ball doesn't work out, but Skitlz there just takes control and tries to make a play out of it. They must spin over this game because they were out of there very fast. Game 10 was a bit different. This game, there was nothing happening for an entire minute of the game that kept us even score. On a challenge like this, you really don't want the stress of having 0 goals at 15 seconds left. Finally, we had to make a 50 play out of this and just put it in the net. We get 2 more kickoff goals to make the score a little bit more uneven with that 3-0. Knowing that we're 10 games in and now have lots to lose, this next game was a real heart drop. It starts off with me making a bad challenge and overcommitting us and end up getting scored on. You might be thinking, there's still lots of time left. Well, we were thinking that too until we realized that we cannot score a goal to save our lives. I think we both realized that with 10 seconds left, it was a give it all or lose. Knowing that we need a goal in the next 5 seconds as well as we lose the entire challenge if we don't, you couldn't even imagine what's going on in our head. Still with 0 seconds left, as long as we keep up the ball, we still have a chance. And if thinking that this game wasn't already over was enough, they finally cleared the ball out to our end and Skitlz had to catch it. Now, we've kept the ball up for over 15 seconds. This is our final push and we gotta make it happen. Keeping the ball up, just trying to put any shot on net. I finally get over the 1. There's our chance to save the series. I think it's time to get serious, but before that, why not try and do one more freestyle? This is probably why I lose games. Now to end the game, I make a good 50 and a gold shot into the net. In game 12, we had to get serious. I don't think me or Skitlz wanted to ever have a game that close again. So starting off the game with lots of pressure here, only 15 seconds in and I'm able to sneak in one. After a push I make trying to get back, I end up popping up the ball badly and Skitlz doesn't expect it, giving them a goal. Right back after, Skitlz makes a good 50 play getting over the one that should have won it and I got a nice purple shot. As you can see, this game was very back and forth. With a 5-3 lead with 0 seconds left, I go for one more nice clip and try and dunk one down on them. Just one more shot for the road. I tried out a different kickoff than normal, and although we don't get a goal from it, we do get possession. I end up finding an opportunity for a quick challenge where they both double commit and we end up getting our first goal of the game. Here I got confused whose car is who and just couldn't pay attention because my brain wasn't big enough. Unfortunately, this causes us a goal. And just like that, after rallying back and forth for 40 seconds, we go to overtime. 30 seconds of back and forth and we finally find a spot to score one. Took me only till the 14th game, but I finally made a good kickoff and got a goal right off the bat. But because I did something good, this time I want to do something for them. Okay, who am I kidding? We have 1 goal, they have 1 goal, and I've scored every goal of the game. This is the first game so far that I've actually hit something kind of cool, so take a look at this. This just shows the pure amount of hours I put into the game to practice staying with the ball. While Skitlz is waiting on the ceiling acting like he's playing volleyball, I'm just back relaxing watching him score. Realizing that we're only up 1 goal, I just try and drop the ball. We must have played these guys before because they said GG instantly and had 0 faith in winning. For a team that said GG's right off the bat, they did keep us out of their net for an entire minute. Following up, almost immediately after, I end up making another play here, making it 2-0, giving us the early forfeit. Game 16 was really unfortunate. I ran into a guy with a really inappropriate name. I don't know how he got it, but I can't show it. But I did show there that we did win. Whew, I was worried I'd play the same guy again, but luckily we got some new people so I can show you the footage. Once again, this game we're on the aggressive, trying to push in a goal in the first 30 seconds. Making a really good fake here, just pulling the ball underneath them with a manual flick gives me a free goal. This next part was so embarrassing I honestly didn't want to show it, but I passed the ball up perfectly and we made a pretty cool team play. But don't worry, I still got a few tricks up my sleeve to try and get us a free goal. New mechanic question mark? Take a look at this. Tell me this isn't something cool that should be named. Thinking of going with, don't do this in ranked. Just like that, we move on to game 18. Game 18 couldn't have started out any better with our kickoff working perfectly, giving Skitlz the ball, and he makes a good play out of it. With all confidence, I can say this is one of the cleanest goals I've seen today. And after seeing that, they actually decided to forfeit. Start out game 19 with a good challenge here, but end up getting beat by Hamid, which ends up giving them a nice play. While trying to make it back, there's no opportunity, and they end up getting a goal. I go for a risky pre-jump, but it worked out perfectly, reading the ball and getting a nice double tap. And just like that, this team's got us on our toes, bringing us to overtime. Once again, Skitlz over there playing volleyball makes the perfect play, forcing Hamid into an awkward own goal. Game number 20 was once again against the guys that we had to keep the ball up with 0 seconds left. No way we let this game happen the exact same way. After not being able to get them to break for an entire minute of the game, I finally found my chance to get our first goal. Almost immediately after, they end up sneaking one in with a nice 50. Somehow, once again, this team's put us in this awkward situation where we're down a goal with only 27 seconds left. 6 seconds, we still need one more goal, and I make a stall into a gold shot to bring it back. In overtime, I finally found a spot where I can capitalize on their mistakes and get us a goal. Game 21, we play Hamid once again, and at this point, we know his play style, so we can kind of figure out what to do. Unfortunately, in the high level lobby, there's not tons of players, so we end up playing the same people over and over again, and with us, we kind of figure them out. It shows with this game ending at a 2-1 score. Game 22, I guess you could say is fun, but it was an interesting one. I get a goal right off the bat here, and after this, they are done. But with that being said, good thing there's game 23. Skitlz scoops down from the ceiling like a hawk, while neither of them were expecting it, and gets us a goal. I make one of my cleanest plays today with a manual flick and a fake right under him. After this, we made 5 goals to make this game a 5-1 win. Game 24 was a close one. 40 seconds left on the clock, and I finally get a chance here to make a play out of it, getting a boomer 50 past the first guy and popping it over the second, putting it right in the net. Believe it or not, that was the only goal this game. Game 25, Skitlz gets control right off the kickoff and tries to make a gold shot play, while I wait for the perfect opportunity to go and make a stall shot out of it. Ignore what you just saw. You guys saw nothing. That double commit never happened. By no one's surprise, we got scored on. With what you're about to see, remember, this is the top tier gameplay of Grand Champion. Get a nice double tap here, and to make it up, go for the kickoff right here, whiffs the ball completely with the own goal. We still end up winning, don't ask me how. Game 26 is an example of a legendary start to a game. That passing play with the kickoff does wonders. This game's been at a stalemate for over a minute now. Not much has been happening. 30 seconds left, and we're just trying to make a play to get one more goal to guarantee us the win. Skitlz challenges the ball at the absolute perfect time, passing the ball to me. Now, as long as we can hold out the next 20 seconds, we'll be good. As I scored one more goal, that's enough for them. GG's. Game 27, Skitlz actually does something I'll probably never get to see again. He whiffs the ball. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Honestly, as I expected, he passed the ball absolutely perfect here. But if you haven't noticed, we almost lost the game because of that. Only 17 seconds. That's how long it took us to score. At this point, I think we're both pretty nervous. So I just go back to net and let him do his thing so that we don't risk any unnecessary plays. Skitlz goes for a gold shot, which passes out perfect to me, and I can sneak it right underneath of them. It's actually much more annoying than you guys realize, but game 28 and 29 I can't show you because of that guy's name. Trust me, I try to show you here that we did win, but if we lost, we would have lost 20 MMR, so trust me, we did win. And by that I mean if we lost, we would have needed a lot more than 50 wins to get there. Game number 30, we're back up against the guy that made us clutch up with the 0 seconds left. All we're doing here is adding as much offensive pressure as we can. This is very hard to defend against, that's why it works. Skitlz always gets the goal, I just know it's coming. By doing absolutely nothing, somehow we make them scramble enough to get a goal. And just like that, with one more goal, I'm able to force out a forfeit. Game 31, wow, I can't even believe we're on game 31 already. Skitlz just pops off. Now you get to see our kickoff work perfectly right to me, trying to get a 50 play out of it to get over the one guy, putting it underneath them, and there's just nothing the guy in net can do. This game has been back to back scoring. Skitlz getting another chance to score right here, putting it past both of them. Just like that, we're on to game number 32. Game 32 starts off with Skitlz kickoff here, getting control of the ball, getting over one, and trying to pop it underneath. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it, and I double commit here, which is on me. As I make a good save, I try to go up for a clean shot, as well as I need boost, so I need to stall into it. Unfortunately, I can't get underneath both of them, but it does make a nice handoff right to Skitlz. With my attempt to pop up the ball right to Skitlz, unfortunately, it doesn't make it to him, and I have to take control, and I get right underneath of them. At this point into the game, with a 2-goal lead, we've only got the goal to put in a few more and get the early forfeit. Unfortunately, things don't go as planned, and Skitlz unfortunately can't get to that ball, which leaves me alone, and I have no boost for it. We still make the good save, and with only one goal on our mind, do not let them score. So Skitlz takes the ball up, trying to get it clear, unfortunately comes right back to me, but with enough boost and patience, I'm able to pinch it right into their net. Just like that, we were able to get the forfeit. And when we checked the leaderboards, it was amazing. We finally completed our goal of a 32 win streak to become first and second in the world. I'm sorry if this video was a bit sweaty for you guys, but we had to do it and get first in the world. But if you're somebody who enjoys the gameplay part of Sideswipe, let me know, because I love to play the game and I'd love to put out more gameplay content to you guys. And on that note, I'm gonna go take a break for a bit because that was a lot of games in a row. Take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.